A lot of people have been coming to me and asking about pretty much manifesting on a time crunch, but they'll kind of phrase it, how do I manifest quickly because I need this thing by a certain date? It is absolutely possible to manifest on a time crunch 100%, but I'm going to tell you a story. Not to, make you think it's not possible, but to help you understand that even if you don't get it by a certain date, everything can still work out perfectly. Because I know a lot of people, they want SPs by their birthday, by the holiday, by the 4th of July, by whatever date. Some people feel like they need this certain thing by a certain date, and I get that. I do. When I was getting evicted, I found out in April, I needed to be out by the end of May. So like May 30th or something like that. But the end of May. So, I was trying to manifest on a time crunch. Absolutely. I was like, you know what? I could do this. I was persisting. I was consistent. I was showing up for myself every single day. Even through the stress, through the frustration, through the anxiety. I felt all the emotions. None of that bothered me. I didn't care about how I felt. Your feelings don't manifest. I wavered. I doubted. I spiraled. I got triggered. I was just constantly in a state of panic. None of that affected me. I told myself, none of this affects me. It doesn't matter. I just need to keep persisting no matter what. Like, I was afraid to come home at times, wondering, am I going to be kicked out? Is my stuff going to be outside? Like, are cops going to be there? What's going to be happening? I probably cried every single day. I wavered multiple times a day. It didn't always feel like it was working, but I tried to just return my thoughts to, no, this is working. It's always working. It's the law. It has to. It doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter if I waver. It doesn't matter if I doubt. As long as I keep persisting and repeating the new story, it literally has no choice but to show up in my reality. So the date comes when I'm supposed to be out. I'm not out. And I'm even at work one day, like the next week after I was already supposed to be gone. And I had a friend staying with me on my couch, and she calls me and she tells me, hey, a man just walked into your apartment. It was the maintenance guy. He had a key. They thought I was already gone. I indeed was not. So that scared me even more, because I was already supposed to be out, right? I was manifesting for this to all work out by then, but it wasn't. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't give up. I didn't stop persisting. It made me persist even more, because I was like, oh shit, now I really gotta step it up. And this is the time when I started recording my affirmations on the Parrot app. Any voice recording app will work. And I would listen to my affirmations on the loop with my headphones in, at work, at home, anytime I could. So I was getting those affirmations in. 2 weeks later, they told me I could stay. If I had gave up when I didn't get it by the date I wanted it, I wasn't able to manifest on a time crunch, and that's okay. That was me. It doesn't have to be you. But even then, if it doesn't happen by the date you want it, it doesn't mean you won't get it. It means keep persisting, keep going, and you will. 2 weeks later, I got it. Even if I didn't get it by the date I wanted it, everything still worked out for me, and it can work out for you too. So if you do not get it by the date desired, it's okay. Keep going. It's still unfolding, and it has to show up if you persist. And please remember, your feelings do not manifest. Like I said, I was an emotional wreck every single day. Every single day. I was panicking constantly. You can do EFT tapping or breath work if you want to. When you feel like that, me personally, I don't really care. I'm gonna persist through the panic. It doesn't bother me, because I know if I persist, I'm going to get it. But if you feel like you want to regulate your nervous system, you can. You don't need to manifest. You don't need to heal. You don't need to you don't have to be calm and serene to manifest your desires. I sure as hell wasn't. At all. And that's when I really learned, hey, it doesn't matter. All this shit doesn't matter. Negative thoughts don't matter. Wavering doesn't matter. Spiraling, getting triggered, crashing out. None of it mattered. I kept persisting through every single thing. I did not care. I was going to keep repeating the new story. You know why? Because I had no other choice. A lot of people, they'll be like, I just can't persist in the new story. Why? Why not? I understand you're having these negative thoughts come up, as did I. And I persisted through them, because it was either that or be out on the street homeless with a 4-year-old. So that wasn't an option for me. So I said, fuck the 3D, fuck the circumstances, and I kept persisting. If you guys can absolutely regulate your nervous system if you want to. But if you really want something, you're going to persist no matter what, and you will get it. It has no choice. You will get it. But you have to be thinking the new story more dominantly than you're in the old. That's just how it is. You have to stick to the new story as much as possible. Keep returning to it. And you'll get it. Now, this was a no-fault eviction. I was getting evicted simply because I had an upstairs neighbor who was also an employee here at the apartment complex, and he started playing music really loud. And when I started to fight back and also be loud, I am the one that got in trouble for it because him and the property manager were friends. So she took his side. She, wasn't a fan of me anyways because I told her, well, the old property manager would have actually done her job and took care of this issue. So after that, she wasn't really a fan of me. But yeah, so she took his side, even though he was playing music really loud when I had to be up the next morning early to take my child to school. And, the thing is, we also had a curfew. We're in the county, not the city. The cops couldn't do anything, but we had a curfew for the apartment complex, like 11 p.m. Quiet. It also said in my lease, do not disturb neighbors. Do not do anything that disturbs neighbors. I'm sorry, but blasting music all night, loud enough for me to hear it in every freaking room. Like, he had a surround sound speaker. It was super loud. Obviously, I'm going to bitch about it. I was tired of hearing it 24/7. So, yeah, she took his side because I would hit the ceiling with a broom. And he was doing it on purpose, too. He knew it bothered me. But, yeah, so she took his side, and I was getting evicted just because I was sticking up for myself. But anyways, I did try to take force at first. I did try to, take control. I did try to force things to happen for me. I started talking to lawyers. They couldn't do anything. In my state, you can get evicted for shits and giggles. So, I would argue with her. I would try to, tell her about the lease. Hey, this is what it says. Like, I gave her all the proof that, that she would need, but she was not changing her mind. So this is when I was like, nope, I got to stop doing what I'm doing. I got to stop taking control. I got to go in my head, and I did. They both got fired, and I got to stay. So stop trying to force control. I know you might want to. Go in your head. Change inner self. And the out world has no choice but to reflect. I promise.